This is my opinion in everything podcast. I call myself TJ Unleashed. Feel free to make fun of that if you want. I don't care. Um, that name came to me when I was 18. I couldn't think of what to use it for. I'm using it for this. I don't know if I said that before. I'm saying it again. I didn't realize how hard this would be. Because I thought YouTube promoted these videos just out of the kindness of their heart, but they don't. So I've been posting it on Facebook, on, on, on Instagram, and here's what I don't understand. I got an Instagram, my personal Instagram, and I can get a lot of followers. I don't even know. But with this podcast, I can't get nobody. So no one gives a shit about this podcast, I guess. But I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna try for at least maybe 10. That's my goal for now. Subscribers. I'll even be happy with 5, but yeah, I'm still happy with 1. But I want to talk about autism for a minute. When you, I read this research, and I can't remember where I got it or what to tell you. I'll try to find it again and post it in the description. Where people with high functioning are socially awkward and like to be by themselves. You know, don't have many friends, which is true. Um, and for those, hopefully, I got some high functioning autism people watching this because I'm doing this for one of those reasons. So if you have a job, part-time job, full-time job, I don't care. It's a mental drain. Trust me, I know it is. You should be proud of yourself for doing that because some people can't. I tried for years, and I finally said, "The hell with it." You know, I do appreciate. So you should be proud of yourselves and appreciate what you're doing. Or don't, but it's just my opinion. Because I know even going to a doctor is draining for some, and I get that. You know, you spend like a half hour waiting, an hour in the doctor's office, probably waiting for him or her. Then you sit there and you go home, you may get something to eat, you fall asleep. I've done it many times because you can't, because it takes too much stress on your mental mentality to sit there for a half an hour waiting for somebody that you don't really want to be there. If you don't want to be, probably 90% of the time you don't want to be there anyway, but you got to. So that gets annoying. Um, so I understand that, and if you do that, you should be proud of yourself too, because not many people can do that either. You know, um, but you know, if you know anybody who has autism and you work with them, I'm gonna give you some advice, and trust me, it'll work out. Hopefully, it probably will work out. If you feel like they're not talking to you, they're not doing it to be an asshole. They're doing it because they get nervous. They feel they're not worthy to talk to you a lot of times. So if you want to talk to them, initiate the conversation first because trust me, it'll make it a lot easier on them and on the workday for them. If you want to be nice. If you don't, whatever. So that's one of the tips I got for you. Because sometimes people, it's not that they're assholes or they're stuck up. They have issues. Okay? I've been to both sides of that, and it's it's a time consuming. It's a time. Okay? So it's hard on a person's body. It's hard on the person's brain. And like, he may seem fine or she may seem fine at work and then go home, but when they hit the house or place where they live, it turns into a war zone real quick. Trust me, I know I've done it. I've seen it. So if anybody watches and knows about autism that they work with, or our acquaintances, our neighbors with, please watch what you say to them, and please be the first one to talk to them, because you ain't going to get them to talk to you anyway if you don't talk to them first. Because trust me, what you think they're doing, is find out what they're doing. And if it is, then it is, I guess. So I'm asking, so that's what I want to say about autism for today. So, and ask how they're doing, too, by the way. Okay, so next I want to talk about TV. Many of you on Facebook probably seen the Bel Air show advertised. Now, I was like most of y'all thinking it gonna work because the reboots don't work. But I watched the 4 episodes and I like it. I think it's a great show. I think if you all think of people who don't like it, give it a chance, they might like it too. I've actually recommended the show to a friend. I don't know if he watched it, but you know. And I don't know if I said this, I'm pretty sure I did, but this podcast will eventually lead to another podcast with the same friend I just said talk about. The same friend I said I recommended that show to. So hopefully that will. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm hoping it will. I'm gonna talk about some video games. Or one video game in particular. I, like most y'all, pre-ordered WWE. And I can't wait. I will review this. I won't play the game online because I don't know how to do that yet. I ain't got the equipment for it either. But, and you may not like my opinion or even care, but I will review it just for some content. So let's talk about some more. So let's talk about wrestling. Oh yeah, the Undertaker. Who I'm a big fan of now. Because in the last guy I did, I said the kid, he kind of scared me a little bit. But isn't he going to be a future Hall of Famer? About damn time. Okay, if anybody deserves to be the WWE Hall of Fame, he does. Okay, and you may not like this. Jesus. So I turn this down. Okay, so fix this. So many of you might not like wrestling, and that's fine. You ain't gotta like it, but you gotta at least heard of him. If you haven't heard of him, then I don't know where you've been, because he's been around for 30 years. Okay, you had to at least heard of the guy once. Anyway, but I will be making better content, hopefully soon. They haven't released who's going to induct him in the Hall of Fame. I think, my personal opinion should be, I think it should be Mr. McMahon, because Mr. McMahon gave him the opportunity, and he's created the character, so it should be him, because Paul Bear is no longer with us. But I don't think it will be. Of course it might be, I don't know. Just an idea. Or it could be Kane or Triple H, for all I know. But, as you can see, I'm wearing my Johnny Cash shirt. And yes, he's flipping me off. I'm a big fan of Johnny Cash. I said that before. You know, I'm with autism, and I want to talk about autism again because I forgot something. If you know for a fact that someone is autistic and you do not understand what autism is and he's high functioning, just ask. They'll probably tell you. And they don't, but you just ask, show interest. Because all these people, all these autistic kids and adults have a lot of times have a inferiority complex, like I do sometimes, and it makes it a lot easier on their mental health if you talk to them. I'm not saying you have a full-on, not a long conversation, but acknowledge them. trust me, it'll be better. You might make a friend, you know. But anyway, um, I wanted to make this podcast a little longer, and I did 10 minutes. The other one was like 9 minutes, so it's a minute longer, I guess. 10 minutes, 12 seconds, 13 seconds. But like I said, hope you enjoyed this. Again, I am TJ Unleashed. This is my opinion and everything podcast. Talk to you later.